What is there in human nature that allows an individual to act without any restraints whatsoever, so that he can act inhumanely, harshly, severely, and in no way limited by feelings of compassion?
Who was Stanley Milgram? Stanley Milgram was an American social psychologist who was infamous for his well-known controversial experiments. He was born on the 15th August in 1933 into a Jewish family living in New York. He graduated from the University of Harvard with a degree of social psychology. He later went on to teach psychology at Yale, Harvard, and the University of New York, where he was over 10 years. Milgram's research on obedience are famous along with the experiments he did. Obedience is a form of social influence, where one person acts based on the command of another in authority. Everyone has obeyed authority figure at one point in their lives. It has become basic human instincts to obey a superior. When we were young, we obeyed our parents, disobeying them with both over and with punishments.
Milgram conducted his experiments on obedience in 1961 while he was still an assistant professor at Yale. A few months prior to his experiments, the trial of Adolf Eichmann was going on. Adolf Eichmann was a German Nazi war criminal who had escaped to South America after the war. Being Jewish himself, Milgram was very passionate about this. He often wondered if it was possible that Adolf Eichmann and his accomplices were just following orders into the Holocaust. The aim of his experiments was to investigate the lengths in which a normal person would go in obeying an instruction if it involved the harming of others. 40 volunteers were chosen for the experiment, and they had to be between the ages of 20 and 50 with a variety of job skills for variation.
What's your name?
My name is Samson.
Okay, great. I'm Eva. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you're here for the experiment?
Yeah.
Did
you show the flyer on the screen?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I kind of clue what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, are you guys here for the experiment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was told that the aim of the experiment was to test the ways in which pain affects the way we learn. The volunteer and the Confederate would pick straws to choose which role they were assigned, but this was rigged as the volunteer was always the teacher.
Now is determine the goals of the experiment by picking out straws and using them on straws. Okay, cool. You pick out one of these, please. There you go. Oh, so the long one's the student and the short one's the teacher. Can you follow me now? Wait for a second.
Yeah, sure.
Learner, who was a Confederate, was brought to the room with the supposed electric chair.
So, shall we start the experiment?
Yeah, no problem.
Just follow me. Take a seat right there.
Sure, thank you.
The experiment is pretty simple, so if you pay attention to what I'm saying, you'll be basically fine.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
The teacher was told to administer a shock every time the learner got a question wrong and to gradually increase the shock voltage as they got more questions wrong.
what we're gonna do here is we're gonna give out some words for the speaker in the other room to spell.
Yeah.
As they gradually make more mistakes, we're gonna administer an increasingly shock until it gets to here. Cool?
Yeah.
And here's the speaker to the other room, so he understands and knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
And shall we start the experiment?
No problem. The first word is altruistic.
ALTRUTIC.
No.
That hurts.
The next word is clear.
CLEAR.
Yeah, great. The next one is utopia.
UTOPEA.
Nope.
That's really painful.
Is this safe?
Please continue.
Okay. The next one is definite.
DEFINITE.
The teacher continues to administer the shock to the student, unaware to the fact that the student is not
The
actually
next
harmed.
one is thesis.
PSYSIS.
No, that's not right.
I can't.
We should stop this.
Is this answer for you, please?
Okay. The next one is document.
DOCUMENT.
No.
Please stop. I can't.
I think we should stop it.
The experiment requires you to continue.
Okay. The next one is voyage.
MONYAT.
No. I really think we should stop this. He's in here.
You have no choice to continue.
The next one is unnecessary.
UNNECESSARRY.
No.
Prior to the experiment, Milgram consulted many experts and psychologists asking about the results of the experiment. It was expected only 1 to 3% of the subjects would continue administering shocks to fatal levels. The experiments thought that this 1 to 3% of the subjects have been pathological or psychopaths. The result of his experiments are shockingly frightening. His data showed that 100% of all participants continued to deliver 300 volts to the learner during the experiment. Just as shocking, over 60% of those who delivered 300 volts went on to deliver the maximum voltage of 400 volts. 65% never stopped giving shocks, although they were notified that the student had a heart problem. Milgram's obedience test has attracted so much attention and has inspired others to continue further studies and experiments on obedience and authority.
A lot was learned from Milgram's experiments, such as women behave no different to authority than men. Distance to the victim affects the obedience. Distance to the authority affects this. Appearance of rank of the authority figure matters too. But most important, the obedience studies undeniably change our understanding of the Holocaust. In conclusion, Milgram's experiments managed to prove that even ordinary good people could murder another innocent person if told by an authority figure. People tend to obey an authority figure thinking that the person in authority is of moral conscience and is right. The results show that it is completely possible to theorize that some of the Nazi German soldiers could have just been following orders. They were just obeying their leaders, and it is completely possible to say that every one of us could possibly do the same.